Welcome, everybody, to another edition of the GSR podcast. So much to talk about. We got the Yankees, we got the Lakers Heats, and obviously we have NFL to recap and preview week 4. So, first and foremost, let's talk about the local Yankee, the New York Yankees going in against Cleveland Indians. Obviously, that game is playing right now. So, whatever predictions we give, we'll see what happens tomorrow. So our Yankees pros, we got Masi and Mike Mawashed. Go ahead and kick it off for us.
All right. I mean, it's been a weird season for us overall. I mean, we start so hot, then we have this stretch where we go 5-15, we lose half of the team. They come back, win 10 games in a row, and then we end the season where we can't beat nobody. So it was really good to see yesterday. I mean, you had our ace going. I mean, our $300 million man that we paid exactly for this reason. And Cole showed exactly why we went and paid him $300 million, and was just dominant. I mean, dominant. 13 strikeouts, just had the game in control. It definitely helped them for Aaron Judge to hit a home run on the second batter and put him up 2-0. Fourth pitch. There you go. So when you have that when you get that 2-0 lead for an ace like Cole, I mean, he settles in. He goes in there. He doesn't need to worry about nibbling. So it was a good thing. And for the Yankees, I think that's how they have to play. I think they need to get an early lead because I think their confidence goes up. That team is stacked, guys. I mean, we're talking about LeMahieu, the batting title. We're talking about Judge, one of the best players in the game. Then you talk about a switch hitter, Hicks, Voit, the home run leader. Then you got Stanton, the former MVP. Then you got Urshela, Torres, Gardner. I mean, it is stacked. So if you're looking at that lineup, you think, how would they ever lose even a game, right? But we've been very streaky. I was a little bit kind of afraid yesterday, but me and Mo talked before the game, and I'm like, Beaver's going to get rocked. I mean, he plays in a division. He pitched, especially in this season, he pitched against the 2 weakest hitting divisions in the league. He's nasty, don't get me wrong. He's a young kid with so much talent, great stuff. But when you look at that lineup, I really thought they were breaking out. I'm glad we had the losing streak right before the season, so we could go on a hot streak. We need 13 wins. And I really think if they play like this, I don't see any team beating them till they get to World Series. And then it's Dodgers, and that's a whole new animal. And if we get there, we'll talk about how crazy the Dodgers are. But I like the win. I think they're going to close it out tonight. We got Tanaka on the mound, who has sub-1 ERA in the postseason, and he's just dominant. So I think we take it home tonight, and we sweep them, and then we'll see either Tampa Bay or Blue Jays, which looks like going to be Tampa Bay because they're up 8-2 in the 7th inning.
Yeah, they're going to close this out.
Yeah, they'll finish that off. I mean, I think Cole is like the biggest story, right? Like 13 strikeouts, dominant in his postseason debut, where he was at, where he was sitting with Houston last season, right? And he kind of like escaped the scandal by coming to the Yankees.
Escape the scandal
By coming to the Yankees, and he showed that he wasn't part of the trash can talk, I guess, right at the end of the day.
I mean, pitchers weren't really. It was the hitters more taking it, but it definitely helps when you're scoring a lot of runs.
Yeah, so just kind of not being a part of that, right? So he got all these runs, he got this cushion, and he was able to settle in with like a regular team and get everything done. So I was surprised a little bit though at how dominant he was. Like, yeah, you're gonna expect him to be really, really good. Great, but 13 strikeouts is dominant against that Indians lineup. That's crazy. Looking at the stat line now, the Indians had 8 hits, 3 runs. We had 15 hits, 13 runs. They didn't score, and they didn't score a run until about the 3rd. They had a run in the 3rd and the 4th and the 9th, and that was it. So Cole pretty much kept them subdued and kept them quiet. He went 7 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, 13 Ks, no walks.
That's the biggest thing.
0 walks. Like, he was all up in the strike zone.
Yeah.
So really well done by him, and really well done, by our hitters. Glaber showed his worth. Going 4 for 4, batting 1,000 on the first game of the postseason.
That whole lineup
it's crazy, man. And that kid could be really pivotal at the end of the day.
Oh yeah.
Right? We expect him to be. And he's right. He rose to that occasion on the first day, and let's see as we go through the playoffs what he can do, and hopefully that talent continues to shine through, and the team looks rested and not so hurt as we were at the beginning of the season.
One side note on the 13 strikeouts, that's the most in postseason history with no walks. I'm glad you brought that no walks up because that's the most ever. And he has another one with 12 strikeouts, no walks, which is also in the list of top 5 ever.
Yeah. Now, it's nice when you talk about the lineup and the front end, but when you get that production from Torres and Gardner, your 7 and 8 hitters.
7 hits.
Yeah, like, that's scary.
Mm-hmm.
But, this is still the beginning of the playoffs. These guys are World Series contenders, so we'll see.
Shout out to Gardner, though. At his age, the last person from the
people were
09
rolling him off beginning of the
championship.
season. They're like, why is this guy still on the team?
Yo, Voigt's sneaky good, yo.
Oh my god.
Let's he's so sneaky good. Like,
oh my god.
Nobody expected for him to have the season that he's having.
No
I know it's like a shortened season, but even like what he's doing on a small sample size is really great. I mean, there's no way to even take him from. He grew his hair out and like he's just rocking everything. And he looks good out there, man. He looks poised. Looks like he's ready to take.
And
his
he was
major
doing
league
that
career.
with like most of their better hitters out of the lineup.
Yeah.
So now when you insert these guys in,
you can't pitch around him anymore. You
Yeah.
can't like get away from him. So if you can't get away from him, you got to pitch to everybody else, or you got to deal with all these guys on base. Then he hits a home run. Like, can't deal with that anymore. But that's not what he was last season, right? Like he wasn't that last season. He showed flashes of it.
Yeah.
Now he sustained this for like this whole entire season. Goes into the playoffs, third inning, double. Like the guy,
a big double,
and a big double to keep us going. So he's only gonna get better. He's only gonna keep scoring runs, getting these RBIs. So big shout out to Luke Voigt. I think he's kind of like under talked about on the team. We talk a lot about Judge. You talk about Stanton.
Yeah.
You talk about Torres. Naturally, right? That's not
The
to
main
say.
dude.
Yeah, like, that's natural.
Yeah.
But I think Voigt is someone to definitely be spoken about because I think he's like the secret piece of like that team that actually is like making us click together.
And if you believe it or not, the story that Voigt, if anybody doesn't know Voigt like that, our listeners, he was a 27-year-old rookie that was in St. Louis organization for so long, blocked by great players, and he was batting 300 plus in the league. But the league that he was playing in, the AAA, was a hitter's league, so nobody took notice to it. A good story I heard was Brian Cashman. They were going after him for the last 2 years. It didn't work out. Last year they finally got it. So when they brought Voigt in, he actually took him down to his analytic team because an analytic team, every meeting, Brian Cashman's like, they were pushing, get Luke Voigt, get this guy's special. So he actually, when he first came, I thought the story was cool. He introduced them to all the analytic team. He's like, this is the team that really pushed for you to bring you here. They believe in you. And from a guy that was in the minors till he was 27,
wow.
I mean, he ended the season 278 with 22 home runs, leading the league in home runs. Last year, nobody thought he would keep it up, right? Nobody. I mean, this guy was on fire even last year. This kind of guy where you now have for the next 4 years, you got tours for the next couple of years. Urshela, the same kind of story. I don't know if you guys saw his stats yesterday.
He stole Miguel Andujar's spot.
He
stole
did.
it.
And
Robbed
at the
it right
same
out from under
time,
him.
he was in the Indians organization for 2 years with
Yep.
the same kind of amount of bats. He had 3 home runs, batting 180 something, and with the Yankees, he's batting 300 with 32 home runs. His OPS is over 1,000. I mean, great job by our analytic team to pick out those kind of pieces because you're right. In a championship, you need those small pieces to kind of have a whole team.
Click the team together, man. That's great work by him.
So, do they close it out tonight?
Yes.
Yes.
What if you put a score? What score do you guys have?
What was it? 12 runs yesterday. So let's say we're going against Carrasco.
8-4.
I was gonna say. Yeah, just about that. I can get down with that.
I think it's going to be a closer game. I think there's 2 great pitchers going at it, veterans. So I'm looking more 5-2, 6-3 kind of game. And then the Yankees just close it out with that great bullpen they have.
In fact, I can't say another score prediction because they're all kind of in the same realm, to be honest. But I can see us at least putting up 5 to 6 runs against Carrasco. Maybe 3 against him, and then on the back end of their bullpen, kind of hitting them up a little bit. At
They
the
used
end.
a lot of their bullpen yesterday,
Last
too.
night, yeah. So I see us hitting the back end. But if we put runs on Carrasco, I think we'll only put up just about 3. And I don't see the Indians putting up too much against Tanaka.
No.
So maybe about 2 or 3 against them.
Plus, the Yankees' bullpen's rested.
Yeah. So because Cole went 7.
Exactly.
So
They're ready.
he gave us that extra inning, which gives you an extra reliever. So yeah, I would say I would agree with Mo and Masi on that in terms of what the score is going to be.
So Yankees going in should treat this as like the final game, like
World
win
Series
or
in this
lose.
game. Like,
Like
you
Game
don't want
7.
to take the chance.
and the
right?
Indians
Do or
right now,
die.
yeah, because they're still, there's
Best
Francisco
out of 3.
Lindor. They have a good like the Indians have a good team. They don't have a trash team, so you want to end them right now. And let it
They
be
just
over.
have to avoid Ramirez, and Lindor didn't have a great year, but he is a great player. But it's like a game 7, right? It doesn't
Right.
matter who the team is. One pitch here, one error here, one home run here,
And you lose.
and it's all over. And your third starter is between a rookie, David Garcia, or J Happ, who's a veteran that can go out and give up 6 runs in
best
an
out
inning.
of
He
3.
gives
You
it
want
the
your
wrong
top
ball.
2.
You want to finish it off today. Tanaka's on the mound. You have to get the win today. Close it out. Be rested because Tampa's going to close out Blue Jays tonight. You don't want those extra thing. With a team like this that has a lot of injuries, we need those extra days to rest up because that's going to be a battle.
Yeah, agreed. All right, let's go Yankees. We
Yes.
need something going for the New York,
team.
the New
Let's
York
go.
area. We need it. All right, moving forward, let's go hop into the NFL Week 3. And we started off with the Thursday game. I don't know what happened to Minshew, but Fitzmagic came through.
Yeah.
31-13. Dolphins got that game. What about the Falcon Bears? What is going on with the Falcons, guys?
They need to get rid of their coach.
Ooh.
They need to get rid of that coach.
The Patriot curse is just gonna stay with them. I think Matt Ryan's done. I don't even know like what that team could do. I don't know what they. It's kind of like speechless, right? Like anytime they're up by like 14, you're like they're gonna lose the game. Like if they go up by 2
They almost
scores,
need to be behind, right?
yeah, you're like you're gonna lose. Like you're up by 2 touchdowns. You scored
Yeah.
mad fast in the first quarter. Like this game is over. You lost already. And it's kind of weird to see that.
Nick
And,
Foles, baby.
have to admit,
You stole my thunder, man.
my boy Mitchell
You
Trubisky.
stole my thunder.
My boy Mitchell Trubisky got benched. Mitch,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, man.
I was just going to say, what
you're-
happened to your boy? You
Yeah.
were rooting for him so hard.
The season's over for you, bud.
Your career's over.
Your career's over too. Man. You know what? The Bears still won, so I'll take that. But Nick
They lost
Foles,
Tariq Cohen, though,
yo,
too.
Foles. It came in what, the third quarter, right?
I think after halftime, no?
You guys did you guys his stat line? 16 of 29, 188 yards, but with 3 touchdowns and a pick. 3 touchdowns in a half of football. 3 touchdowns.
Did you see that throw when he got hit and he just floated it in
to
there?
Jimmy Graham?
I was like, there's no, the long pass. Was it to Jimmy Graham?
I think it was to Jimmy Graham.
I forgot which one.
I got Jimmy Graham, my fantasy team. Let's go passing tight ends. Pass
like-
catching tight ends.
I'm like, there's no way that ball is going anywhere because his arm was like flying to the left.
Oh, no, wait. That was the wide receiver in the middle of the field?
Yeah, it was
That
in the
one?
middle field. Yeah,
Was
I
it
forgot.
Miller or
I think it was
something?
Miller. Yes, Miller.
Anthony Miller?
Anthony Miller,
actually picked him
28-yard
up.
pass from Nick Foles to put him up 30-26. Yo, this is crazy. Just so everyone can hear this real quick, Todd Gurley scores a touchdown. Koo, whatever his name is, kicks a field goal. Jimmy Graham, 3-yard touchdown pass. Allen Robinson, 37-yard touchdown
Shout
pass.
out Allen Robinson.
Anthony Miller, 27-yard touchdown pass. All this happens within 2 minutes. They scored at 6:20, the Bears. Then they scored at 4:21. Then they scored at 1:53, and they won the game.
That's coaching to me.
That's crazy. Yeah,
That's
you're right.
coaching to me, right? That's
Yeah.
that's
Dan
coaching.
Quinn needs to get fired.
He needs to. I'm gonna just touch on this a little bit. Like last week, I said Trubisky's done. You gotta move on. You gotta put Foles in. To me, more kind of how we are like so accustomed for the Falcons to blow it. Foles, right? Let's really take a step back and talk about Foles.
The
right?
shrine is
I mean, this guy.
reactivated.
I think
Big D Foles.
Big D Foles, I mean, he comes into the game. Mike read you the stats already. I mean, throws 3 touchdowns, wins the game. I mean, are we surprised at this point? I mean, he won a Super Bowl against the Patriots coming off the bench for Wentz. So, I mean, the Bears, you can see what the Bears can do when they have a decent quarterback in that back. That defense plays better. That defense could have better field position. They can really utilize their pass rushers in that defense. They have a great back. I mean, it's a no-brainer. Foles is the starter the rest of the year for me. I think you move on from Trubisky. If he can get traded, you trade him and get whatever you can get in return. Maybe he needs a change of scenery. The kid did have talent, right? So that's why they picked him up so high.
Yeah.
just like same thing with Sam, and we're gonna get to that. I have a big list to
Yeah.
go down again on the Jets and the Giants. And I'm not even a fan, right? I'm not even a fan, and I'm this lit up just because they're from our area. You want to still have that pride. At least your team is not garbage.
Right.
But Trubisky is done. It's over. I think Foles gonna take
I still
over.
think the Eagles made a mistake letting Foles go.
Oh, I think so
100%.
too.
People call me
Carson
crazy. They're
Wentz
like,
is showing us that
But
right
do you
now.
think
But what has
Foles
Wentz
could
done?
sustain?
Yes.
yes.
He did.
You know,
he won
okay,
a whole season and then won a Super Bowl,
so
right?
this is why.
No, he didn't go a whole season. He came in when Wentz got hurt,
and then he got hurt
and
the
then
next
he picked
season.
up. And
What
then,
game was that though? It was the
But hold
beginning
on.
of the season.
No, it was
Look,
later
this is
on.
a reason why Foles could have done it. Matt Nagy and Peterson are almost the same DNA type of coach. Like the foundation of their coaching style offensively is almost the same. It's like fast offense, RPO. Nick Foles is like the best RPO quarterback of all time. And nobody has any idea why. Maybe it's his quick release. Probably because he's going to be... Because I think he's going to play for the Bears for a full season. Now,
Well, yeah.
if he can make the full season, we're finally going to figure out why Nick Foles is the best RPO quarterback. And Matt Nagy on that other side, dude, that guy is an offensive genius. We talked about Adam Gase the other day. That's because he had like a certain type of quarterback. This guy is just crazy. He's just a crazy
winner.
guy. Yeah.
He's a winner.
He's a crazy offensive mind. Look at the schemes that he runs. Like Trubisky's running into the end zone without getting touched. How is that happening? What is
And
he
you're
running?
doing that with that kind of a quarterback that basically had.
That's what I'm saying. So now imagine you have Foles, you have these running backs, you're handing off, and you're just turning around and launching the ball. Like it's
They
gonna
got
be
some good
crazy.
receivers.
I mean,
He got some
Foles
good receivers, too.
stays in the pocket too. I think that's a lot of reason why he gets those deep throws because he's not afraid to take those hits. And that hit, like I told you, that Anthony Miller touchdown, I'm like, there's no way that ball is getting picked
Well, he did that
off.
to us.
He just floated it. Exactly,
He did
right?
that to us so many times.
So,
he's getting hit by
honestly,
Dante Hightower throwing
I
a
don't
touchdown
see.
pass.
I don't see how he doesn't last. I don't see how the Bears are not in conversation. At least they're definitely a playoff team
They're
now.
3-0.
They start 3-0.
Yeah.
And we're gonna really see if that offense really does have offensive weapons. We're gonna see what Anthony Miller is about. We're gonna see what Robinson's about. Cohen's
Jimmy Graham,
hurt. Jamie Graham
David
is in there.
Montgomery.
I'm excited to see what type of season Khalil Mack has now
Khalil Mack is.
on the Bears.
Right, but what does that have to do with?
It does. It's
Because
big.
the-
Well,
de-
Trubisky,
because
the
the offense-
defense is on the field more.
But he
Correct.
should still be producing regardless.
No,
But
but-
if you're on the field and you're by
I
the
know,
40 and
I
accept a
know,
20,
but-
Think about this. Think about
At the
this.
same time,
If
You're on
you're
the field
able,
no, it
less.
makes a big difference.
It does.
It makes a big difference.
If your team has put up 28 points in the first half of the game, let's just say that as an example, and you're a all-pro, all-star, Pro Bowl defensive end
One of the highest paid
that's
defensive
coming
players.
off the corner, you're gonna go after the quarterback
Third
at
down,
all
yes.
costs. You don't care about what the corners are doing. You don't care about what the other guy's doing. You don't care about the linebacker.
Exactly.
It's you and that guy on the end, and you're like, I'm gonna eat your quarterback because when my quarterback comes on the field, he's gonna score a touchdown. So I don't care. I think he's gonna have and like defensively, that's gonna put Foles in more opportunities in that offense to be on the field. So if he doesn't have to worry about so much about like I gotta contain, I gotta do everything, I gotta stop the back, like
When
and
you
you
don't
can
have to worry
simplify-
about not giving 21 points and losing a game, you know what I mean? It makes a pass
Quarterback
rusher.
is the most important position.
Of course.
yeah,
That position will settle like the rest of your team.
correct.
Yep.
So I want to see. You never know, man. He can. Who knows what type of season he has now?
Anyway, both garbage teams. Let's move on.
Rams and Bills. That was an interesting game because Bills had him dead to right.
Let's go, Josh Allen. Let's go, starting fantasy quarterback.
Yeah, good fantasy quarterback, but they,
Did you
they
see when
could've
Aaron
lost the
Donald
game.
tossed him with one hand? I was like, oh
Aaron
my
Donald's
god.
just on another
Aaron
level.
Donald is a grown alien.
How big is Josh
He's not a
Allen?
human, bro.
He's not. Yeah,
he
but
is
still.
no. He.
Josh
that's
Allen's a
what-
big boy.
guy.
That's what surprised
Allen's a
me.
big
You
boy.
do that to like Mahomes or anybody, you'd be like, all right,
Daniel
whatever.
Jones, whatever.
This
yeah.
dude is 6'5". Josh Allen's 6'5", 300, 200 something pounds. Like he
He's
threw
Cam
him,
Newton.
Yeah, he threw him like he would throw me. You know what I mean? That was a joke.
Yeah, but the other part of that, guys, you gotta think about this too. Like the Bills, just like the Falcons could have folded. You have this young kid. What is it, second or third
Yeah,
year?
they got lucky with that PI at the end.
Yeah,
Right.
that,
Otherwise,
that
that was a
PI
big call.
bailed him out.
But why is that happening though? Because this kid has a gunslinger's arm. He has a rocket in his arm. So, and he's just throwing the ball, not caring about what happened. So,
And his accuracy's getting better, which is so scary
bro,
because he's
the Bills
actually
are
some of
3-0.
his balls.
They're 2-0 at home. Josh Allen's stat line, guys, 24 for 33, 311 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 pick.
And that's without
And
a
he
running
ran
game
one too,
that they
right?
are kind of really came into the season going at, the running game. And that defense hasn't shown up yet either, guys. That defense is scary. If they start playing like they're capable of playing, it's going to be a long season for the rest of the league.
Josh Allen was responsible for 5 touchdowns, 4 passing, 1 on his legs. That's all 35 points.
No, yeah, he's good. He's a solid player. He's got a great coach, Sean McDermott, and having Stephon Diggs is definitely a bonus. Cole Beasley goes under the radar. He's like one of those bailout wide receivers.
Mm-hmm.
He's done that so many times in Dallas. So this is a team to watch out for. It's going to be interesting.
But the Rams, are you kidding me? 2 times you give up 3 and 20 something in the fourth quarter. Like, as much as the Bills came back and won that game, if you guys saw the ending of that game, there was a time they were 3 and 20 something. Cole Beasley gets a first down.
Yeah.
They come down there again, down 3 to like forever. They convert again. So the Rams need to really, if they have inspiration to go to the playoffs and make a deep run, you can't have that happening.
Especially
to you
with that
in the
division
fourth-
they're in.
Yeah, in that
That's
fourth
true.
quarter, they gave that game away.
So the Browns and the Washington
let's
team,
just
I
move
mean,
on.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
34-20 Browns.
Yeah.
The Titan-Viking game, that came pretty close.
was really
a field
good.
goal game. How about their kicker for the Titans?
Gaskowski.
Yeah, man. Like, first week, everyone was writing him
Yeah,
off.
except me, right? Even you guys, I think we have the tape on. He's going. I told you guys, he's a Super Bowl winning quarterback. A field goal kicker.
Yeah, but
So
then
it
you said that's
happens.
why Bill let him go.
No, but I said this. Did I say that? I might have said that. Listen, I backed him
Check
up, and
the
maybe
tape,
I gave him
somebody.
a little
Check
tape.
the
Yeah,
tape,
check
y'all.
the tape, guys. But I mean, that was a great game. It was a
No, he
closer
made some
game than we
clutch
thought.
kicks.
Yeah, it was a closer game than we all thought would be. And Minnesota kind of shows us that
Justin
flash.
Jefferson.
And again, they're gonna lose next week by
Kirk
13
Cousins is
points.
trash. Anyway, yeah, Kirk Cousins is trash. 16 of 27, 251, 2 picks. 2 picks, not 1, 2.
Can we
3
skip the next
touchdowns.
game so me and Mike don't fight?
Nah, seriously though, Derrick Henry though really showed up again. He came back. He had a bounce back game, right? 26 carries, 119 yards, 2 touchdowns. But like Mo said, like Justin Jefferson, man, that rookie coming out there,
176 yards.
175 yards and a touchdown off 7 receptions. Kid was just running loose. So really well done by Justin Jefferson. LSU lost. Did they lose?
Yep.
Yep. LSU lost, but Justin Jefferson lost too. But I mean, he had a really good game. So let's see how that kid does for the rest of the season.
Word. Patriots Raiders 36-20.
You already know.
You already
Big
know,
Cam
man.
Newton, baby. What's up?
But
That Cam Newton.
there goes Bill again. Just run the ball down your throat.
Yo, they
play
shut
action.
down Darren Waller.
And it's
Yo,
over.
we had
I was sick.
Rex Burkhead looked like freaking, I don't even know. He was
know.
flipping.
That was Zeke.
He was
Oh, bro.
jumping over things. I mean, great job by the Patriots. I think we have a great team, honestly. Once our team gets fully healthy, we did miss our center last game. We missed our left tackle, and we still beat a really good Raiders team.
Yeah.
They're underrated. Though that team is young, they're very good. But when you come to Foxborough against Bill Belichick, off a big win, there's no hope for you. You will lose, and that's what happened.
Yeah, and Julian Edelman didn't even have a game.
Sony Michel ran for 117
17
yards.
They went up
9
early,
carries.
Yo,
so
the-
they just ran the ball.
The biggest thing too was linebacker Winovich, man. Right now we're missing Dante Hightower, and Winovich is really stepping up. That product from Michigan. That kid's coming off the end as a linebacker. He had that strip sack fumble for Dietrich Rice to score that touchdown. Defense is really looking good, man. Those young kids are really coming up. We got a young linebacker core, and like it'll only be better next season. I wish Hightower was there to like lead that core.
Chung.
Yeah,
I wish
and you're
Chung
missing
was
there to
Chung,
lead those
Patrick
safeties.
Chung.
I mean,
right?
we're missing one of the 2 biggest defensive, top 20 in the whole league, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that team could have been way scarier, but we still got it.
That's why Bill Bellchick's the GOAT, man.
He
Like,
is the GOAT.
guy
That's
is
there's
amazing.
no argument in that.
Bills have a grip though, 3-0, bro.
We'll see when they meet up.
We're gonna see
We'll
what that
meet
looks
up,
like.
and if they play like they played against the Rams, they will not win because Bill is not giving up 3
Oh,
and 24 twice in the fourth quarter.
Correct.
So we'll just skip the next game. Don't worry about it, guys. 49ers Giants. We're not talking
you
about
guys
that.
all picked the Giants.
Well, me
Oh
and
my
Mubasher.
God, man. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
I think it's time to talk about Daniel Jones.
There's nothing to talk about.
One
There's
stat.
nothing to
One
talk
stat.
about. There's nothing
Out of
to
the
talk
16
about.
games he's professionally been the quarterback of the Giants, he has 2 or more turnovers in 10 of them. That is scary. I don't care what kind of line you have. I don't care what kind of offensive weapons you have. You went against a team that was with their backup quarterback, missing half of their defense. I don't even think they had 53 players to put on the field.
Yo, Mullins
and you lose 36-9.
Yo.
I mean, that's just embarrassing. Daniel Jones, get your ass together. Can you go back to the stats really quickly?
Yo, why
17 for 32, 179 yards, interception, and a fumble.
Yo, why Nick
I'm
Mullins-
done.
Though, but
Yo,
the
why
wide
Nick Mullins-
receivers are last
Come
in separation,
on.
Yo,
bro.
why Nick
Last in
Mullins-
separation.
You cannot keep bringing that excuse to this
That
team.
is.
You're
That is,
17
though.
for
No
32.
running game at
Bosa's
all.
gone. You have half of their
That don't
defense
mean
was down. You
Now
lost
we'll cut
36
to the commercial.
9 to a team that didn't have
it was a
53
Super Bowl
players.
team. It's still a Super
Oh
Bowl
my
team.
God!
Why
Come on.
You
That's
guys
why
are
you guys picked him to win
underestimated
because
them.
you said no. Let's go. Last week,
Someone really
no.
put $500,000.
No,
on
last
that.
week we were
That's
sitting
crazy.
here, right here. The guy next to me, Ali, was talking about how San Francisco Giants are trash because they didn't have nobody to put on the field, and that's why he's picking the Giants to win. But now when they got shitted on, all of a sudden they're still
I
a Super
admit,
Bowl winning
they
team.
were a Super Bowl winning
Daniel
team.
Jones, this is a good
Nobody
quarterback.
knew.
What kind of franchise quarterback has 10 out of his 16 first games have 2 turnovers?
Can we
You
talk-
cannot blame that.
Peyton
all-
Manning.
You cannot
Can we-
blame
Peyton
all of
Manning.
that.
Can we
That
talk
guy.
about how Nick Mullins put up 343 yards
Yo, he
on the
did that.
Giants
He did-
defense?
He did something like that to us last time. we played him.
343 yards.
That's the last time he did something like that. To
Oh
All right,
him.
my
move on. You're
God.
right. I'm gonna
25
get
of
heated.
36.
Skip that.
Skip that.
It's
What?
all right. Don't worry.
What are we skipping? Tampa?
Nah,
Oh.
we're talking about the Bengals, Eagles
Please,
next.
can we stop
skip
before I
that
throw
too.
off?
Carson
please?
Wentz, you're trash,
You're
dude.
trash.
Hot take, you suck, bro.
Doesn't.
What?
His team sucks.
What?
Nah.
Yeah.
You're wildin'. Give Nick Foles the reins back
Yo,
over there.
how do we sit here one week?
Philadelphia.
The quarterback is the
This is
most
garbage.
important position. They have to take responsibility for the team.
Carson
Next
Wentz.
week,
Did you see him
it's like-
throw that
Yo.
pick and just laugh off?
Yo, I want.
I know why you're saying it. I know
want
why
him
you're
to
saying it
be
because
the
you're a
Eagles.
Giant fan.
Yeah,
I
I
get
pick
it.
and
I
he's
want-
running off
I want
laughing.
him to stay on the Eagles. But the serious question is: so Doug Peterson was asked if they should put in Jalen Hurts, but he said, "Nah, that's a knee-jerk reaction." When do you think will be time?
After they lose the next game, who do they play? They're gonna
They
go.
are not. They are not switching quarterbacks. You just paid this guy so much money.
Yo, the 49ers are gonna
Smoke
smoke them.
But till
Nick Mullins is gonna torch them for 411. I'll put it up right now. Hot take: Nick Mullins 411 yards against the Eagles.
But let's talk about Burrow. Let's not talk about trash. Right?
Let's go.
talk about this kid.
He's a competitor.
Listen,
31 to 40.
how bad is that line?
Yo,
Cincinnati's
he got
line
drilled.
is the worst,
And he got
worst
up like it was
offensive
nothing.
line in the league.
I
Can
wish-
we agree on that?
I wish Joe Burrow.
Look what
was
this
on
kid
the
is
Colts.
doing.
I wish Joe Burrow was on the Colts right now. Oh my God. Sorry.
I don't know, man. I think that's the excuse that we use. That's how you see a young quarterback with the worst offensive line in the league. He has kept his team in every game. The running game has disappeared. I have Mixon on my fantasy team. I know the pain. He
Yeah.
barely can get 50 yards. AJ Green is not the same AJ Green.
He had
has
49
only-
last game.
Exactly. Thank you. 49. And yet this kid gives his team a chance to win. He was 22
Damn,
for
Tyler
37,
Boyd.
300 and
right?
something yards, 2 touchdowns,
Yeah, 30
no interceptions. That's a franchise quarterback to me. When your team is still a thing and you're still putting up and giving your team a chance, New York teams need to
Okay, but Burrow
reevaluate.
has also good weapons. You can't say he doesn't have
Whoa.
weapons. He
You
does
have no offensive
He has
line. That was
T.
the whole
Higgins,
thing.
Tyler Boyd,
T.
AJ
Higgins is a
Green,
rookie.
and a star running back in Joe Mixon. So what are you gonna say?
When you
And
had-
a creative
when you had
offensive line in
Barkley,
Zach
Shepard,
Taylor.
Evan Ingram, and all these
And
weapons,
all
right?
right,
It was
how
the
many
line,
how many
right?
games did they
No,
play together? You tell me that.
Who?
Barkley,
Last year-
Shepard,
but
Golden
see,
Tate.
after
When would all his
the-
offensive
right,
weapons
listen,
played
listen.
together
Okay,
for
so
one,
who are
not
you-
even one game,
No,
bro.
but who are we talking about
Oh,
that has Cincinnati has?
Darius Slane, the 5th round pick, is
Okay,
supposed
who
to
are
be
you
your
talking
guy.
about that Cincinnati has?
I just named it. AJ Green,
But
Tyler
what wasn't you
Boyd.
said AJ Green was trash
T.
when they
Higgins?
started the season?
When did
We
I say
talk about
that? When did I say it?
the first week when I said
Check
that
out
they
the
have
tip.
AJ
All right,
Green.
we gotta pause right quick. We will pick this up right after this. So we're back. We had a towel off over there for a bit.
Yeah.
Got
Some
a
ice
little,
packs and
get a
stuff.
little heated. Mr. Joe Burrow taking the Bengals head to head, toe to toe with the Eagles and Carson Wentz. So yeah, Texans Steelers. I picked the Texans, but they were up, I think 14-0, and then the rest is history, man.
I mean, what did the Texans do to the NFL schedule makers? You know, you see the Chiefs
those first
week,
3 games.
You see
Bad.
Ravens, and then you
Bad.
see Steelers in Pittsburgh. Not even without fans. Houston now they're really, I'm guessing, missing Hopkins a lot because I don't even know what to say. 0-3, Bill O'Brien needs to go. I've been saying that even before this 0-3 start. After you got rid of Hopkins for a bag of peanuts, literally. And I don't know. I mean, Steelers look good though. I don't know much about that game. I don't really care.
Yeah, I mean, 18 carries, 109 yards, James Conner. I mean, I got to take back my statement. I think it was on the first video we did of NFL. Me backing up, like, the whole play of David Johnson, and it's not working out the way that I think that they expected for it to. He had 13 carries, 23 yards. He had a touchdown, but, I mean, that's nothing. They don't have weapons anymore, man. I mean, Will Fuller can get down the field, but that doesn't really do much when you don't have the guy like DeAndre Hopkins catching the ball, right? So
I mean, outside
they need to
Fuller,
figure
who
that
else
out.
They have?
Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Cobb,
saying.
Kenny
Yeah,
Stills.
Randall Cobb is
bunch of
washed
Haskins.
off a really long
Brandon
time
Cooks.
ago.
Yeah. And
Kenny
on top
still
of
couldn't
that,
stay in the Bills.
Yo, Deshaun Watson is getting beat up
He's getting
in the
rocked.
pocket. He's getting rocked. I wish he didn't take that extension. Why would you even take the extension? Just wait for the free agency market, dude. He's so good.
But I guess it's a sense of security, right? That's what they want.
I mean, honestly, they went and got him on offensive lineman, right? They gave up I forgot who
Larry
it was.
Tunsil.
Larry Tunsil. They gave like 3 first-round picks or
Miami.
something to Miami. But I think it's the Hopkins trade. I think that threw the whole team off. That defense, Watt is not the same player he was. I think they're getting a little
Brothers
older.
outshined.
They got rid of Clowney. They didn't re-sign him. He went to Seattle. I don't even know what's going on with the Texans. They feel like they always should be there, but they're not. And when they finally make it, they just collapse. I think they need a whole new regime in there. I think they need a
They had
new
Tyrann
coaching
Matthew too
system.
a couple seasons ago.
Yeah.
And they let him go, right?
Yep.
So how many
Now he's
talented
all-pro on the
players?
Chiefs.
And
How
he
many
said that-
talented
he said
players
it.
you gonna
He's-
let
the
go?
Texans coach is just he doesn't play winning football.
It's Bill O'Brien, and he's the GM of that team. So go
And
figure,
needs to
right?
go.
He's not gonna fire
and they're
himself.
not signing
Go
Earl
get that.
Thomas.
Go get that. Go get the now coach out of Penn State, and that team will be filthy. But anyway, that's besides the point.
Jets, Colts. There's not much there to say.
Phillip Rivers looked good though.
Play the Jets.
I guess. I mean, he still throws picks to anybody, but
We don't even know who's playing quarterback for the Broncos tomorrow night, but I assure you he's gonna have a good game.
Bro, Darnold,
Word.
3 picks, man.
Yeah, it's
Please.
Pick 6. First drive.
Jet
pick
fans,
6.
don't jump off a bridge. You guys are gonna get the first pick. You're going 0-16. That's a given. Gates needs to be fired, and Sam needs to be replaced.
Salvage your team.
Let that kid go somewhere else and utilize his talents. The Jets are not gonna do it for him.
Trevor, just be ready to be a Jet, man. Sorry that we couldn't go get you, but
Or a
that
giant.
sucks, bro.
Who's that receiver
sucks.
for the
Or a
Jets?
giant.
Berrios?
They're
Maybe
gonna-
all them
If
plays.
you're the Giants,
They're
you
gonna
letting
win.
go. You letting him go at the first round pick.
they're gonna.
But they're not
win-
gonna
they're
get the
gonna
first
win
round.
a game
They're
before
not.
the Jets do. The
Yeah.
Jets
That's
suck.
true.
They're not
I
gonna
agree.
gonna win.
That's the only thing I
Like the
agree with.
Eagles are like the Eagles. They can beat the Eagles. Who knows? Oh, man.
Anything goes. Panthers, Chargers.
Oh man, poor Justin.
I took the
Herbert.
Panthers.
You were the only one that took the Panthers. Yeah. I thought Chargers was
They
gonna
have a
win
good
with
team. I
Herbert.
don't know why people are sleeping on them.
They're young.
It's like Herbert. Herbert didn't play that bad.
No, he didn't.
He went 35 of 49, 330 yards.
When
Touchdown.
your second game in NFL and you're throwing 49 times, you're gonna lose, bro.
That's
not Oregon.
remember I said last week when you expect your rookie quarterbacks to throw more than 30 something times,
it's not gonna happen.
that's not gonna
They
happen.
only lost by 5 though. That's not that bad.
Oh no, I mean I think they still played good. I mean I really think that defense is really good. The Chargers defense. I mean we saw what they did to the Chiefs when the Ravens got really destroyed. So shout out to the Chargers defense.
Lions Cardinals.
That was a good game. I don't know if you guys
That
were paying
was a really
attention.
Yo, that move
That was
Kyler
back-
Murray put on Jeff Okuda. Oh my god.
Goodness. Shake out your boots, baby. That was
Nah.
crazy.
But-
That's the number 3 overall pick.
Stafford did his thing.
Word.
Bro.
But the only thing is this guy threw for 3 interceptions, man.
Yeah.
So I mean, but he's got a good coach that's utilizing his abilities.
DeAndre Hopkins.
And
10
D-Hop.
receptions, 137 yards. Jeez.
That seems to be like a weekly thing.
He's gonna do that every week. I'm
just saying,
telling
that's
you
crazy
that right
still,
now. And Murray's gonna feed him the ball. He's gonna throw his picks because he's gonna
He's gonna
take
get
his
his
shots.
rushing yards.
Cardinals don't expect to go anywhere as an organization. We feel like they're not ready yet anyway.
Yeah.
So I think they're just gonna play and catch together, and Murray's gonna have all the shots he needs to kind of get better and get ready for next year. Because if they get a little bit of line,
Galladay back this week too.
and if they get a little bit of front line, I think that team is gonna be very scary because they have a lot of good
Cardinals?
offensive weapons. Yeah.
Yeah, they'll be a good team. They got the good wide receivers, unlike the Giants. So what are you gonna do, right?
Not a lot of team got Hopkins. You know what I mean?
If only the Giants would have kept
Yo,
I was
Odell.
wondering, what if we
Idiots.
still had Odell and drafted Josh Allen?
Oh man!
Not
All right,
Daniels though, because Daniels.
No.
was
Well,
still
no, you would have
picks.
drafted him at like 15 because they drafted Daniels and then they drafted Dexter Lawrence after. So if you would have swapped, you would have got Allens and then Daniels.
Can we talk
Yo,
about
you're
Tampa
sleeping
Bay?
on Daniels, bro.
Can we talk about Tampa Bay?
Yeah,
What
we
has
will.
he shown you that you're sleeping on
Have
him?
you seen his
Right,
first
right,
year?
right.
Have you seen his first
He
year?
has
What he
thrown
did?
two. He has given the ball away twice.
Okay.
Mike, can you get at him? You're getting at
Whoa,
him.
whoa, whoa!
That's how you
Time
lose
out!
games.
Time out! Time out! Though! Time out!
Let me-
Time
let me-
out!
Jones
Time out!
sucks.
Time out!
Thank
Time
you.
out! Why does he suck? Because he throws what 16 interceptions in total, right?
Yeah.
You can know how much Kyler Murray got?
Bro, Kyler
17.
Murray is out here
All right,
shaking
then.
people out their
If it's
boots.
about
He's
interceptions,
electric.
All right,
All right, then. I'm just saying.
You're comparing Daniel
So
Jones
if you
to Kyle Murray.
if you give Daniel Jones the same weapons and the same system,
What- who
he'll
did-
probably
no, no,
do
hold
just
on.
as good.
I don't know.
Who
Kyler
did-
Murray
Because
in
he's a runner
college was
too. He's a
an
runner
animal.
too. He was in Duke though.
Let me tell
Daniel
you
Jones
something.
was in Duke.
Cardinals, last year, who did they have?
They had Larry Fitzgerald.
That's 39
Do we
years old.
understand
Okay,
that-
who else? Hold
What's his Christian Kirk?
Christian Kirk is
They had-
better than Shepard.
they
and
had-
Ingram?
they had
Come
David
on, stop.
Johnson.
Move on.
Andy
You're talking as a
Isabella
fan, bro.
Look,
Move on.
Let's see. Kyler
Move on.
Murray right now.
Oh, by the way,
on.
Daniel Jones is
Move
in his
on.
second offensive system.
Kyler
so.
Murray
Kyler
is
Murray, he's comparing Kyler Murray to Daniel
is
Jones.
launch-
That's just ludicrous.
Kyler Murray's launching the ball down the field, like launching, like wilding out. You
How
shouldn't be
many
throwing the ball
times
like
does he
that.
fumble? He's saying Daniel Jones runs too. He fumbles every other play.
Yeah, that was his
He
first
fumbles the
year.
ball.
I
He's doing
agree.
the
This
same
year
thing
too.
this year, though.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. He
No.
got strip sacked from behind from the Chicago game. So how's that his fault? He's looking
How is
this
that-
way. The guy's from behind him.
How is that his fault?
Bro, if he was coming
Okay.
from the side and he
Moving
didn't
on.
see him,
He
okay.
said that's not his fault. He got strip sacked,
All
but
right.
that's not his
Strip
fault.
sack from the back.
No
That's
more
a different
Giants talk for the
story.
rest of the season.
Yeah, we don't.
All right, Bucks and Broncos
Okay,
next.
I gotta talk here first. Tom Brady, I'm here to address you one more time. Well done. You look like your old self again. 25 of 38, 297 yards. You could have got 3 more for 300. Look, I have high expectations, but 3 touchdowns, no picks. This is what we would like to see out of Tom Brady.
Against Jeff Driscoll.
They played the 0-2 Broncos, who are 1-point favorites over the Jets. So
This is all true, but the stat line is better than it was last week, and he didn't throw any picks. So that is better out of Tom Brady. Well done, sir. Keep it up. Stop throwing interceptions, please. That's all I want you to do. Just stop throwing interceptions. You're supposed to be the greatest quarterback of all time. I don't need any more excuses of you throwing picks.
still on a pick next week or this week.
I hope not. But yeah, well done, Tom Brady. One step closer to being a better player for this season. Well done.
Get him, Mossy.
No, there's nothing to get. Honestly, it got a little. I think we had miscommunication on last week on what we were really arguing about more than anything. To me, the most important thing was to see him kind of get those 6 throws over to Gronk, get those 6 receptions to Gronk. Chris Godwin was back. His connection with his receivers, it wasn't just Mike Evans last week. It was just Mike Evans. He wanted to build that repertoire. And Mike Evans, 2 catches, 2 yards, and 2 touchdowns. That's the craziest line. And shout out to Sach for pointing that out in the group chat the other day. I did not even notice that. That's insane. And Tom Brady's going to be Tom Brady. This is what he does. I think that team is just getting scarier and scarier by the week.
The team is loaded.
It was the Broncos. I get it. It doesn't mean anything to me either. To me, it was more important that connection through all his receivers. You look down the line, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He completed to 8 different players, running backs, tight ends, wide receivers. That's who Tom Brady is. And if they keep building on that, Bucks are going to be very scary when it comes to the playoffs.
I feel really, really, really bad for KJ Hamler. KJ Hamler was out of Penn State. Kind of, like a really like blow the top off the defense type of player. I just feel like I wish he had gone to like a better team with a better quarterback.
Well,
could have been like a
if Drew Lock didn't get hurt, it might have been different. And
but this kid got
wide receivers like Jared Judy got hurt
gone.
too. Sutton's gone. I'm sorry. Jared Judy's healthy. I meant Cortland Sutton.
I just hope that kid, KJ Hamler, doesn't get lost because that kid has like all-star, all-pro, Pro Bowl.
Tyler Lockett.
Like top 5, better than that dude. He's got better hands than Lockett. He's faster than him. He's bigger than him. Personally, I think later on in his career that's what it's going to end up being. But in a comparison right now to Tyler Lockett, I can agree. But I hope KJ Hamler does not get lost in Denver.
I just feel bad for Denver Broncos, right? I mean,
they're young though.
They are.
Since Peyton Manning went down, they have had 9 different quarterbacks start in the quarterback position.
If they stay healthy,
that's
they'll
just
be
sad.
good.
They just need to get. I think Locke needs to come back and solidify that quarterback position. That's all they're missing. The defense is still relatively good.
It doesn't help when you got the Chiefs in your division.
You got Von Miller blowing his ACL. It doesn't help either when you're a young offensive team.
Cowboys Seahawks.
Let's go! You suck, Cowboys. 1 and 2, baby. I am the most happiest. I feel better than the Patriots being 2-1. That the Cowboys are 1 and 2. You guys are trash. You guys should
Why do you hate them so much? I got my reasons.
Fans are freaking sick
worst
people. You guys are sick individuals. America's team, you're not even Asia's team, bro. You guys suck. You guys not going nowhere. I hope you guys lose every game going through. And I was so happy.
But they kept it close.
I don't care. If you're gonna throw, you got Amari Cooper, Ezekiel Elliott, you got CJ Lamb, you got an crazy offensive line. You have Dak Prescott. You should. I don't know. Cowboys, you're going to do it to yourself. Don't need my hatred.
Russell Wilson, MVP.
Let
baby.
Russ cook, baby. Yeah. Russell Wilson throws another 5 touchdown passes. I think he broke Patrick Mahomes' record with that touchdown
14
pass.
14 in 3 games now?
Yeah, I think he broke. I think it was Pat Mahomes.
He's right now in another zone, bro.
Yeah, man. Him and DK Metcalf. Metcalf 4 receptions.
Metcalf sure put that game away.
Yeah, he messed.
That game was over.
After the game, Russell was like, "Let me talk to you in the corner over here."
You already know I was mad about that.
My arm is working, but you need to give me more. This guy went 27 of 40, 315 yards, 5 touchdowns. Russell Wilson is putting it on the league, not just the teams. The Seahawks are like, they're on another level, man.
I think Mike said it like 2 weeks ago that he may be the best quarterback in the NFL, and
he's determined. That's for sure.
He's very determined. I mean, he's playing amazing. To me, it's still Patrick Mahomes, but Russell Wilson this season, right now, there's no better quarterback in the league the way he's playing right now.
Yeah, you would have to give it to Russell because he's not working with the same weapons as Patrick Mahomes is. Like, DK Metcalf is good, and then you have Tyler Lockett, but then he just lost Carson. This guy, Chris Carson. So he's always continuously showing that with less, he's doing more.
Didn't they lose half their team last time? Like before this game, we had them talking about how they lost a majority of their team. They had a bunch of injuries. Had even more injuries now.
Dude, he hasn't had a losing record since he
Tyler Lockett
took over.
3 touchdowns in the first half.
Now he lost
That's
Jamal
great.
Adams. They lost Jamal Adams. They lost all these guys on that game, and they still pulled it out against him. He still threw that touchdown pass. He's still doing this
Russell
thing.
Wilson.
That's what the Cowboys do.
I know, but
They
still.
shoot themselves.
Go
No,
Hawks.
I mean, no, I'm not taking nothing away from the Seahawks. I'm just showing you that this Cowboys
Yeah,
are
they
just trash. Honestly, with that kind of team, how you're basically Kansas City with the offensive weapons. Well, except Mahomes and thing. Offensively, you have as much as talent in that offense, and
With
you
a better
literally-
running back.
with
With
a
a better running back.
way better running back.
Yeah.
And you literally do nothing
Let's-
every year.
Let's not discount Clyde Edwards-Helaire though. Hold on, I know he
He is, but he's no
He's
Zeke.
good.
better.
He's no Zeke,
But he
though.
hasn't
He's
proven
not
himself
Zeke.
yet.
It's
Yeah.
not Zeke.
Yeah,
It's not Zeke. He's
But-
not Zeke.
yeah.
Yo, what do you guys feel about when Jerry Jones said about Dak? He was like, he should have put that game away like Romo. He basically saying,
He said, I didn't hear that. He
yeah,
said
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Put it away when?
He said
When they have the lead.
He's like, basically, I'm paraphrasing. Like, if you want to be a franchise quarterback, you have to win those kind of games.
Listen, Mr. Billionaire. Let me ask you, what did you do with Romo? Where did you
That's
guys
his adopted
go?
son.
Where did you guys? Did they win? Did they even win a playoff game?
And if he
They
said
They
that,
won like
And
one,
one-
two, I think, one or two.
You didn't do nothing with Romo. You're not gonna do anything till listen. You need to retire. You need to go sit in your $3 billion yacht and chill the f out because you're not doing nothing in this league.
I also don't think
It's your curse that
that-
the Cowboys got.
that's also not fair for Jerry to say, because
This is sorry to cut you off. This is what he said. Jerry Jones says Dak Prescott not being able to pull off the game late is the difference between him, Patrick Mahomes, or even Tony Romo.
It's not even him though. They've been putting up points.
it's
Their
not even
defense
that.
cannot
Yo,
stop
let's
anyone.
think about this. That's not for Jerry. Jerry Jones, if you for some reason see this for whatever reason, I hope you do. You're a real bad person, because this guy comes out there. He throws a 42-yard touchdown pass to Cedric Wilson. Throws a 43-yard pass to Michael Gallup. Walks you pretty much down the field with 3 minutes left. 16 plays, 70 yards. So he drains the clock down to a minute to get you into position to win the game by 1. And whoever the hell your defensive coordinator is, that Jerry, since you're so heavily involved with the front office and you want to hire every damn coach,
Kellen Moore
is over here
offensive
sitting here
coordinator.
with this guy from defense that can't even stop. He couldn't even do anything. They had the 2 minutes it took them. 2 minutes. 8 plays, 75 yards. It took Russell Wilson to come down and beat you.
They should be 0-3,
And now you want to
right?
give, and now
Look
you want
up how
to.
many points the
They
Cowboys
should
have
be
given up.
0-3. They should be 0-3. The Falcons game was a fluke.
Hopefully the Giants get a win against the Falcons.
Yo,
But to blame
I-
Dak for, I know that the quarterback is the most important position. To blame Dak, I mean, he went 37-57, 472 yards. The 2 picks are a problem for sure. But he still put you up by 1 in the fourth quarter to
Listen,
close
he's
out
the
that game.
only player that they didn't pay. So he can't blame anybody else. They paid the whole team. They gave their running back money. They gave their offensive line money. They gave their defensive line
They
money.
took a receiver in
They
the
took
13th pick.
13th pick. And
And then did they pay
don't-
their defensive players too?
everybody. And the
Everybody's
Cowboys
paid
got
except for
is
Dak, and you want to blame him.
Where are you gonna go? I really want to see
What
where
about
they go
everybody
next
else that
year.
got paid already?
Listen, tank for Trevor, bro.
He's got something against Dak.
Oh,
I don't
man.
know why. Packers Saints.
Woo! Aaron Rodgers, you a bad man, baby. Woo! Sorry.
For Mavash's boy Mo, who that? If you guys know him,
Yo,
why
but
he's
that
a
Alvin
hero.
Kamara run, that second touchdown.
Yo, when he jogged down the
oh
field,
my
Alvin
God.
Kamara.
Hot
y'all
take.
see how disrespectful that was?
Really, hot take. Alvin Kamara, best running back in the league.
I agree. Did
That's
you
a
see him just step into the end zone like he didn't even care?
yo, he ran behind the lineman, got the block. He said he did like a little cheetah gallop. He
I'm
said,
gonna pull out
"Woo, woo,
right
woo."
here and go
And
to
he
the
was-
right.
Bro, when you look at that, I wish we could like do a replay on the thing. We gotta work on that. When he's running down the field, I was literally looking at my phone, like, yo, this man is dead at. He's really jogging right now.
Yeah.
He's jogging down the field, and he scored a touchdown.
When I went to the Giants Saints game at MetLife, and when
Oh,
Kamara
yeah.
scored that 50-yard and ran into the
That
tunnel,
hurt.
I swear to God, he looked like he was jogging down the field. And you see the whole Giants defense sprinting to try to tackle him, and he's just like,
Have you guys seen his balance workout, Kamara's?
Yeah.
To keep his balance. That's why he doesn't go down. You guys get a chance, our listeners, watch his balance workout. the reason why the man never goes down.
People
and takes
really
like
underestimate
8 people.
his lower body strength.
Yeah,
He looks thin, but he is hard to take down.
They're gonna be
Please
scary when Thomas comes back.
Please YouTube his workout, his balanced workout. You're gonna see what strength really is.
But also with like Drew Brees, what's going on with him?
I mean, he didn't have that bad of a game, right?
Yeah, but he just cannot make the deep throws anymore.
Well, bro, 29 of 36,
Stinking dunk.
288. He needs to have.
He does not look downfield anymore.
They need Thomas back. He's not that quarterback anymore.
That's
He
what I
doesn't
think
have
it
the
is.
arm
He got
strength.
so accustomed to playing with Thomas and just settling for those 5 to 15-yard passes where he never needed to
They
look
don't really
downfield
have any
anymore.
burners.
But that's
though,
not
either.
okay. I don't think that that's fair.
There was some couple
I don't
ones
think
where he
that-
just didn't even look.
I don't think that that's fair to just discount Michael Thomas though. That he like got used to that. That's like saying that Tom got used to it with Julian, which he did because it's showing in Tampa. The receiver with the most yards is the guy in the slot. So like I don't.
But I'm saying when you have that guarantee reception right there.
Yeah, but he lost that, and he only lost to the Packers by 7. Bro, Kamara had 13 receptions, 139 yards. So out of the 288, Kamara had 139. You
Of
put
those
Mike
13,
Thomas.
how many of those receptions were past 5 yards?
I'm not discounting that, but same with Tom.
No, I don't think. I think Drew Brees is not. They're not looking to play that game. But again, to Mike's point, to lose that game to the Packers offense by 7 points
Without Mike Thomas,
without
though.
Mike Thomas,
But they didn't
is
have
scary.
Devontae Adams.
Yeah, but he's Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones, Lazard, whatever offensive scheme, bro. Lazard had 6 receptions for 146.
Yeah, one was for like
Nobody in this
70,
room.
one was for 50. They were both big throws. Those were downfield passes.
That's
You're
Aaron
looking
Rodgers.
at Aaron Rodgers.
You're talking about
Exactly.
Aaron Rodgers,
You about to
bro.
compare Drew Brees to Aaron Rodgers?
Arm talent obviously is a different
Aaron
story,
Rodgers is
but
in a whole nother universe. He's done some he's on another planet. Not to bring him up again.
He's taking
than Tom.
this year personal. I think
Yeah.
he's definitely taking this year
Bro,
personal.
he's throwing the ball 70 yards to garbage cans with his eyes closed. Like the guy's just a freak of nature
he's
with his
filthy
arm.
too. He's-
So I don't and I think that a lot of beat writers right now. I'm not saying that your point's completely off, but I think that we're writing Drew Brees off way too early when he's missing his biggest piece. Like Mike Thomas is a big part of that of that chemistry, of that offense, of everything. I think if Mike Thomas comes back, right within the next 2 weeks, and I want to say, oh man, what's happening to Drew Brees? I can understand.
No,
but
I
without
think-
Mike Thomas, I can't say
Yeah, but also that turnover they had when Breeze was on the sideline and Taysom Hill fumbled. That was a big play.
I think it's more. I think to most point, I think it's more about him throwing the short passes more than
defenses
he lost it.
defenses will plan for that. They know he
Yeah,
can't throw it down.
I just don't
They
think
bring the
he
safety
doesn't
up.
push the ball no more. That's the one thing he's not gonna do. I don't think he has the kind of burners. He did not even look at it, but I get it. I see that too.
There's
I
a couple
see it's
I saw
underneath.
Traquan Smith running across the middle like 20, 25 yards out, open. Didn't even look his way.
But he's been doing that for the past couple of years, though. It's not even this year.
That's what I'm
I mean,
saying, though.
Yeah,
but like,
so
as a
maybe,
defense,
yeah,
and
so
you
sit
start
on it.
noticing that.
final game, guys. Chiefs Ravens. I had
Lamar
the Chiefs
Jackson.
winning.
I'm sorry, man. I don't know.
Patrick
if you would be- I don't
Mahomes
know.
is your father.
Yeah, that's it. I think
Who's
he
your
got.
daddy?
Who's your dad?
Who's your daddy?
That's man. So here is a question for you guys. Lamar Jackson, is he a glorified Taysom Hill?
No.
No, he's better than that.
Because I read that somewhere. Someone said one of these same thing. These beat writers, whatever you want to call them, online dudes. They're like, he's just a glorified Taysom Hill. I was like, let me think
They were
about
still the
it.
number 1 seed last year, weren't
Listen,
they?
in the end of the day, I
Yeah.
think
That's not a game or two. That's a whole season.
So we're so accustomed to
Agree.
rookies coming into the league now as quarterbacks and jumping right in that we used to forget that these rookies usually sit behind a veteran or a couple of
true.
years to kind of get. It's Lamar's second year.
Pat did that. Pat sat behind
Third,
Alex
I'm
Smith.
sorry, his third year. His first year, he didn't really play that much. He came in
came
there
in for a
for the
couple
year,
plays.
here and there. Last year was his first complete season. He won the MVP. This year, he's been blowing people out. Just one loss to the Chiefs, I don't think, takes all of that away all of a sudden because he can't do nothing. does he need to work on his throwing? 100%. Lamar, if you're trying to take that next step, if Baltimore is going to win a championship, Lamar has to throw the ball and he has to be
He's gonna
accurate.
have to beat Mahomes.
That's what I'm
And
saying.
you have to
Harbaugh needs to write all his game plans as if he's playing a high octane offense every week. Now you can plan against whatever you want to plan against, but your offensive schemes.
But Lamar, is he that thrower?
Yeah, 100%.
He
But
can throw
that
the ball.
Okay, but how come he couldn't throw you back in the game in this game?
Mark Andrews was the only player on the field, and he was covered by 4 people the
No,
whole
but
game.
he dropped the pass in the end zone.
He missed Hollywood
dropped-
Brown.
He missed
He-
Hollywood Brown
He
twice.
missed Hollywood
There were
Brown
2
twice.
touchdowns right there.
So I think it's more psyche for Lamar Jackson at this point because we have seen him for the first 2 games of the season make those throws, complete those throws.
I think it's when they go down a lot, he feels the pressure a lot
and
more.
I think it is the Chiefs. I think that intimidation
Also,
is there
yeah.
across, knowing that if you don't score,
like how many
Mahomes
teams
is
are
gonna
gonna go up 2 touchdowns against the Ravens?
exactly.
Well, you know, the first step of getting better is to admit what's going on, right? So Ravens QB Jackson calls Chiefs are kryptonite. So maybe that, maybe.
So it does, like you guys said, they won X amount of games. Those games, yeah, that's great, regular season, sure. But if you can't take down the giant, then what's the point? Patrick Mahomes ain't going nowhere. That's your Tom Brady to your Peyton Manning. If you can't beat him, I mean, all right. Thanks for coming.
I mean, Harbaugh's got to figure it out, though. I can't put it all on Lamar. I'm not trying to protect Lamar. He needs to do better than 97 yards throwing the ball. I'm not trying to.
He still has years to develop throwing,
right.
but
Harbaugh also has to figure it out on the coaching side because Andy Reid is whooping his ass.
Andy Reid
He is
the Kool-Aid man, bro.
If we're being serious, Andy Reid has outcoached him every time they played.
Yeah, they're 3-0.
Whether it be penalties, whether it be offense. Yo, Harbaugh, let me tell you something. When Patrick Mahomes yells, what does he yell? 87. Hike. Helen Keller. Let me tell you something. Send all your safeties to the end of the field because someone is going to get the ball past them at the end of the field.
That boy cheated.
Bro, on Hill, on the Mecole Hardman, he called the same play. 87, head, hike, Helen Keller. And they snapped the ball, and both times he threw it over the top to the safety. And if y'all watch the Chiefs,
both times were third downs too.
Watch the Chiefs on 2nd and 3rd down. Pat Mahomes, it's every time. Tyreek Hill in motion, he'll flash across, he'll say the same thing. 87, head, hike, Helen Keller. That means that either Tyreek Hill or Mecole Hardman are getting the ball. Ravens, I'm telling y'all, if someone can send this to John Harbaugh because he needs it. Just look at every time Mahomes says Helen Keller. That's how y'all lost the game.
But before our
Even then, though,
pre-meeting,
it's a
right?
foot race to the end zone.
Honestly, pre-meeting, that's what I said, right? How do you give up a 3-10 touchdown? And we like the back thing was, you got 4-something runners.
4-2,
Doesn't
4-3.
matter. When you have safeties in the back, these guys are not
But
slow
the safety's
either.
gotta help out with Kelsey.
But you can't. I'd rather
can't.
give up the first
linebackers
down.
need to figure it
Hold
out.
on, you're telling me you
Either
rather
way,
give
you
up
lose.
a touchdown or a first down? I'd rather give the first down. You're gonna let the guy was wide open. You can't leave
but
the
as a
back of the
defense,
end zone.
How much
I
are
give
you
up.
used to
Listen,
that?
I give up the middle. If I'm playing Patrick Mahomes, I'm giving you the middle and trying to get you to field goals rather than letting Cheetah or Harmon get behind me with an easy touchdown because I need to cover Kelsey up front.
I agree with you, but as a defense,
Pick your
you're
poison.
just not used to that
You gotta
happening
pick
to
the
you.
poison.
But that's what the Chargers did, though. They were trying to get Kelsey to eat, and Pat couldn't figure it out. They were blitzing him off the end. But the thing that that Baltimore did is they thought they were gonna go out with this all-out blitz, and they were gonna play man-to-man.
You can't.
You
do that.
cannot play the Chiefs man-to-man. Anyone in the league, if you see this too, you can't play the man-to-man. They're gonna kill you. Pat Mahomes is gonna torch any team in the league that blitzes him and plays man-to-man. He's gonna light you on fire. The Chiefs should have scored 41 points.
The Chiefs should have scored way more points.
Yeah.
They were playing horrible
Yeah.
defense. And we're forgetting they came off a week where they had 15 points. We're sitting here talking about all their weapons. We're talking about that there's no way you can't stop them. Chargers showed you how to stop them. Yep. They scored 15 points. It's not going to happen all the time. I get that. Everybody has a bad game. I get that. But it can be done. Baltimore, you are stacked on that defense. Figure it out. Yeah. Build a better game plan. You have a lot of players in that back end that can stay with anybody and cover anybody. Get UF together. Lamar's going to be better. I would love to see another game because I think
we will need another break, and we'll be right back.